That looks better, but I don't. Do I have to sign in? Can I make my own? Hang on, guys. I'm gonna see if I can do some map tactics with you real quick. Um. Alright, well, that's not gonna work, but I can show you the map bigger this way. Much better. It's not crazy, but it's much better than you want it to be. I'll tell you that. So, you can abuse it sometimes, and you can get away with it, but the alpha strike is low, and you're getting stuff done is kind of hard. So, it's kind of difficult to use it because your reload rate's really low. So don't get into fights with the medium tanks. You're basically in a sniper support role. Keep that in mind with the PTA. But yeah, playing medium tanks. If you don't want to go hill, you can always work this outside. You guys, when you guys watch me play, and especially like in TDs, high alpha tanks, things like that, you guys will always watch me never go here. This is the anvil, okay? This is the anvil spot. If you go here in a heavy tank, you want someone out here pushing around, getting shots in these guys here. Now you're the hammer. Here's the anvil, you're the hammer, okay? You're working these guys down, being cognizant of Artie, and killing them. It works better in like a Foch 155. So you can, 1, 2, 3 a tank out, and then move on from there. That works really, really well. So keeping that in mind, you can definitely work them down like that. Other stuff though would pretty much just be so hotspot here to defeat this area. Hotspot if you have to go here to get shots up on these guys. If you expect a large medium rush and you're like a bat chat or an auto loader, and you can get shots into these guys. You probably won't be loaded unless you're like a T71 though. A T69 would do very well here to get shots up on these guys as they're going up, but you're probably better off going into the fight in a T69. So basically hotspot. You can go if you spawn here, you can rush hard down here and fight them. That works really well too. And then work your way over here and to get into Artie that way. That works really well. Okay. So hopefully that answers some questions. What's a really hard map that you guys really don't understand how to play? Give me a really, really hard map that you guys have issues with. Sivigorsk? Olsen? Okay. Well, Leo, as long as you guys don't mind watching me go over maps, I'll do that for you right now. Because I'm not too keen on playing. I'll just go over some maps for you. Alright, so the first map we're going to do, I'll try and keep it short and relevant, so we're not losing too many viewers here. We're gonna do Swamp first. Okay, so let's go to Swamp. Swamp. All right. Now, okay. Swamp. Spawn obviously is there's spawn is here. The spawn is here. This is where you start. Okay. Base is obviously back out of the way. This base is actually much better off. This one is worse off, I believe. But okay, we're gonna start from spawning it on the B side, number 2 side. I feel that no matter what you do on this side, okay, on this map, like I have a game on this map in my M60, where I did 7,500 damage, I believe, in my M60 on this map. I think I had six or 7 kills. Maybe it was a Rally Walters. I don't remember. It was a good game. In this map, okay, I believe going south this way is stupid. It's really dumb. I think it's a bad idea. You need someone to do it, okay? If you're a big slow like a Moss or something like that, maybe you should do it because you can just hold the area. That probably wouldn't be too bad of an idea. But if you are if you're anything else, medium tanks like this is how I like to play this map. I start here, I cut directly across. You see people go, oh, I have to go super safe and do all this crazy stuff back here. No, don't do that. Rush straight here. There's rocks right here that you can't really see, and then some bushes. Getting to that spot will secure an area for you, so you can basically look across here and light these tanks as they come up. If you have TDs that are cognizant enough to not just snipe back here like losers and get some guys up here in this area, you'll catch them as they cross this road right here, because people like to go where they think is the beaten path. They won't take a road that they just can't go through by themselves. So in my M60, I took this road right here, went up, got to these rocks right here. So, you spot through you peek through the bushes and you can spot things for your team. As you spot them, they'll get lit about here, right here in this area. And they'll either break off and go left, or they'll break off and go right. You'll light them right as they come across this bridge, with a tank with like 400 meters of view range, and optics. Optics are key here. So inside those bushes, you'll know their deployment position, and if you're slow, you might miss one or two tanks, and that you can find out by what I'm going to tell you right after this position. The north is the easiest position on this map for your side to win very, very, very quickly. So if you're in a power platoon of 3 guys, I almost recommend that you take this north spot real hard and kick them off of it. You don't have to go fight these guys up here. Let your campers here and in this area of the city deal with them. You want to kick these guys off this back spot hard. Kick them all the way off. That should be maybe 2 or 3 tanks you've taken off the map. If you're trading very well with your platoon, you kick them off very, very, very hard. And that secures the north part of the map. This gives you huge map control, okay? So once you've dealt with this part, Artie is usually right here, okay? Artie likes to, for whatever reason, Artie doesn't like to move. I think my Artie back down here somewhere, but Artie likes to stay in this area. So if you're keen and you think that you've won a strategic part of the map, there's nothing else left. Make sure you win this part first, okay? So now your guy should be moving forward because you're not already safe, but your sniper safe. You move up like that from this spot. They can't snipe you from here because obviously you killed those guys, and now both sides should converge here. And if you have to move a platoon member back to go this way and come up this way, do it. Make sure you get 2 guys on the same spot. So now you're converging on this area, and unless you're in a tier 10 match, and unless this is like big guys like Foch 155s or Echo 4s, high alpha tanks, rush in there and get them off that map quick. Hopefully, now at this point, your team has not fed themselves out down here, and you should be up. Okay, you should be up about 4 or 5 tanks at this point, because usually they try and send a couple guys over here and they die, because if you send mass numbers and kick them off this spot real hard, you win. You win this map 90% of the time. Okay, that's how this map is won. Seriously, here. And if you're in the south, you win the north. Fuck this spot. Don't ever go here. Don't ever go here ever. Don't ever do this shit. You're relying on allies to spot for you, and they'll never do it for you. They'll never ever do it. If you go here, yeah, you can do that spot up here. You can snipe across the way. You can kind of control this stuff. You can get shots in that area. Maybe if you go here, you can shoot the guys from back here. But no one's gonna let you do that. And if you're doing this stuff, you're what me and Armored call degenerate sniping. You're not helping your team. You're not being seen. You're not pushing. You're not killing anything. You're just sniping and doing empty damage and watching your teammates die. So don't do that. The north is where you win this map at, I feel, honestly, because once you get into this area, the guys here can't hit you. You can spot them for your allies across the way. They can start pushing up here. They can fight for these areas here, and you don't have to worry about the city at all unless these guys are coming in, because literally, as long as you win the north, you can box these guys in, and they can't get past you here, because you can camp on the backside of this ridge here and snipe them as they try and come up. Okay? Win the north. Always go for north on Swamp. Always. Hey, Rainfalls. I didn't see you said hello. Let's look at Fjords. Going back to Fjords. Okay, Fjords. What I have started doing now is, normally you see medium tanks, okay? They like to try and rush up here real fast, and they get up here, and then they're like, okay, we're here. What now? Well, what now is basically what you're gonna do is hopefully your guys down here are lighting things for you, and once you're sure, like almost this spot up here, literally, if you're gonna rush here, this spot here is only supposed to be it's an interim spot. Don't sit here forever. Don't camp here. Don't expect to get good shots across the way. It's never gonna happen. Okay, if these guys down here don't light for you, excuse me. So basically what you want to do is you want to get up here just long enough to see what tanks are down here. Okay, your allies hopefully will let you know that possibly you'll spot a JPE here or something like that, or a big TD. High alpha tanks will always going to hear for cover from Artie, and they'll camp down here. And if that's the case, then good, you're doing good. If you have a large force here, hopefully you can bring 3 guys around you in your platoon. You'll come around. One of you will get severely fucked up as you turn this corner, but the other 2 will be able to spin turrets. And if you don't get focused out, you should be able to kill 2 or 3 tanks right here, real fast. Then from that point, make sure you get around this spot here so you're not getting shot from over here from behind, and take these guys out. Hopefully these guys are pushing around with you now. You always want like a fast heavy, like a good heavily armored tank to do this for you. Like an IS-7 is perfect. So around this corner, get in their face, just take some shots, have the medians come up behind them, kill these tanks here, run down here, get the Artie, start getting to cover in this area, and hopefully these guys drop back. If you win this spot, you basically won the game. Game is over now. Game is absolutely over now, because they have to pull these guys back from here. Hopefully these guys push in. If you catch them as they're pushing back, you envelop them, you get them killed. Game over. That's from this side. Game over. Just like that. And if people understood how this works, hammer and anvil, game over. All these maps work like this. All of them do. And that's why you see Clan Wars maps being so one-sided most of the time, because people understand that one side is the hammer and the other side is the anvil. That's how it always fucking works. And it sounds stupid. Sounds like, oh, lol, stupid tactics. But when you play the game like that, you win. You win all the damn time. From this side, I feel this side down here is dumb. It can be won, but I don't like going there. I will almost never take anything. Even if I'm in an E100, I will almost always go high. I don't like going south. I really think it's a bad idea. But if you're in a TD or something like that, and you feel that you need to hold an area, then you feel committed to it, then go ahead and do it. Otherwise, you should go north. If you're in a medium tank, haul your ass up to this spot and get in right here. Right, this is the only safe spot for you. Get in right here, and hopefully you'll have a heavy tank or something like that roll up in just enough time to save your ass, so you can then push these guys back to these rocks, and then from there push them off this spot, and then push them here. Once you get them there, do not push unless you have critical mass, meaning you have the majority of your team. Don't go over this hill. Don't push down. Don't go into base this way, because now you've been boxed in and you literally have no way to get out. Don't do that. Okay? Don't do that. That gets you killed. You fight here. You push these guys to these rocks here. If you haven't killed them in time, stop and go back around and fight these guys here. Okay? You come back this way and you fight this way. You reinforce these guys that are probably just about dead. I'm going to guess, because if most of your team went this way, they were stopping these guys from shooting them as they went up. So now you have time to come back around and fight these guys here. If they lost, you need to defend this area hard, kill them, come back around, and then push into base this way. Or, flank these guys here, or these guys here, or these guys here, and push in that way. That's how you win fjords. That's what it is. It's all dependent on this map up here, and it was such a bad place to be, because you could shoot across, and if bad players didn't know what the hell they were doing, they'd always die trying to get up there. So Wargaming did the correct move by making it so you couldn't shoot across here, and that was probably the best course of action. So yeah. That is how you play Fjords. You play for the north. You rush down if you're in the A spot. You rush down after you get a critical mass. You rush down, kick people in the teeth, run them over, get in the base, make them come back, kill them. If you're on the B cap, you rush up here in medium tanks. You get up here, you fight for it, you push them back, you get them to this spot, you stop, you go back because you should realize now that most likely if you had critical mass, these guys have lost. So go back and get ready to defend your own base from this side. Get on top of them, drop shots on top of them, have a couple guys come around this way, maybe, get some shots at the cap this way, 1 or 2 guys drop down this way, envelop them, kill them, then push down here and finish everything else off. Leave like 1 or 2 guys up here to fight these guys. Hopefully that they will stay, don't push, and you will win. You will win. That is exactly how you win this map. Really, really easy. Easy peasy. Himmelsdorf is really easy. It's really dependent on the teams you have, though. So if we're looking at spawn here, I mean the 8 line works. I'll take my 183 there maybe sometimes to get shots across, but I always float. If I'm in my 183, I'm always floating, kind of just waiting to see what's happening here. I don't want to be seen on the 8 line because people will go, oh, we can push the 1-2 because he's on the 8 line, and then I have to recommit. And while I'm recommitting, I'm not killing these on the 8 line because I have to recommit. So, if you're in a medium tank, you don't necessarily need to go up here. But if you do, you have critical mass. Critical mass, if you guys haven't figured that out yet, critical mass is the majority of your team. You have critical mass. You have like 6-7 tanks up here. Push this inside spot here. Let these guys come around here. Let these guys come around here. Push these guys off this spot. Once you get them here, fucking, YOLO swag into their asses. Push them off. If they back off around this corner, fuck it. Don't push them. Take the inside line like this. Get in behind them. Because someone else is going to push him. Get in here. Start fighting the guys here. Hopefully these guys aren't dead. They'll push in. You got a flank going on from here. Push them off. Get them killed. Bam, 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 bam. Real quick on this side. Same thing on this side. If you have to get up here, get into this spot here, work this backside, but be very careful from here because the EF line will be shooting you. They'll be shooting you from over in this area, trying to do damage to you from here. So you have to, if you're gonna push this side, you wrap around real fast. Don't do this. I'm gonna peek crap from here unless you're in this spot right there where you can't be hit. Okay, that's how you play Himmelsdorf. The most of the time the fight is on the hill. 1-2 line works. Rushing up this way to get Artie if you're a light tank, yeah, that works. But basically, most of the fighting is basically here, in this area here, or on the hill. It's straightforward. I'll leave it at that. Comarin. From what I've been doing to win on Comarin now, people say you have to take the middle to win. I'm almost positive it helps to have someone there. But I'm never going to go there again in my life, just because I don't want to deal with the whole spotting mechanics crap, so it would never be me. What I do to win Comarin is I take one of these corners, okay? If you are on the B side, don't ever go back here. You watch your stupid allies go back here and do silly stuff, and this is dumb. Don't do that, If you're on the B side, don't even push up this way, because you'll just die. Don't do that. Go to your side, cross your bridge, either hide behind the rocks here, right? If you're a TD and you're sniping down way, or if you're a medium tank, cross this bridge. Or if you're keen and you know how to do it, cross here, get into here because it's a little bit faster for you. Get into here and get into this building here, right? Push into here and then start working this stuff down. If you think that one tank here is fine in the platoon, if you get one tank there, that's fine. If you can get some more guys over here and hide behind this building here, because you'll be safe from the middle here, and you'll be safe from Artie by this Artie thing, by this building right here. So once Artie is over here, which they probably won't do because from where the middle is at, you should be safe on this building here or that building there. Those two buildings I know for a fact are indestructible. Okay, so you're safe in those two positions. You always want to take forward positions. Okay, don't bullshit. Don't take this camping spot. Don't let them come into you. Get into a forward position and start working them back from these buildings on into there. So once you get to this spot, you'll be safe from their hill, working into this spot here. You can get to their Artie, and you can hopefully you'll have enough guys to push this. If you don't, play it nice and slow. This side, you cross here. You get here, this spot right here has a little spot by the red line where you can snipe up into this way. This is good for auto-loading tanks. Say, for example, if your platoon consists of like a 5100, a T69, you know, anything like that. So basically, if I was doing this, and someone in my platoon has a Yag Panther, I'm in a Super Pershing, like for example, when me and Armor did this, I told him to sit back here for a minute and let me get in this position here. He put shots on these guys. They came up at me from here and back into here. You have tons of shots. You need a forward spotter here. Get a guy into this spot. Artie can't really touch you, and they have to come around at you to hit you. So anything that tries to push you here will come into you, and the guy you have with you, hopefully, will have shots on these guys here, because all this is a bunch of trees. From this spot, your job from this spot here is if you have HE rounds or AP rounds or whatever, put these rounds into these buildings. Start breaking these buildings down so your guys behind you have shots in these guys that are camping behind these buildings here. Don't try and go into this spot here because that will get you shot, because 8.6 will have you killed. Artie can splash through this wall, and so can the guys who just shoot straight through the window. Don't do that, okay? F that. Don't do that. That's how you win this map. Once you've won this spot here, and you're content that the tanks here, you can be pushed up upon, this building right here, I believe, is also indestructible. You can cross this building here, cross it here, get across here, move up into this spot. Same thing as you did over here. Okay? It works the same way. It's a complete mirror of itself. Except the only thing here, you have to be very careful, because if you climb too high, they will have shots on you. So be careful, and you're not already safe here. Unless you're on the backside of this building. Everything will have shots on you. So already safe here, sit there for a minute, and slowly move up after you're sure your allies have shots on the guys you are lighting. Okay? If you want to be the guy in the middle, I can't tell you much about that. Already safe positions from this side, obviously, on the backside of these buildings. And if you're on this side, already safe is obviously right here on this side or on that building. But you have to be careful, because if they push up too far here, they will have shots on you on the backside there. So you have to be very careful. That's why I think the middle's a death trap. I will never go to it. Next map. Sevagorsk. I believe the spawns for A side are here, and the spawn for B side is here. What needs to happen here? I need to blow my nose. Hang on, guys. Okay. Before I move on to Server Ghost real quick, let me check and make sure you guys haven't asked me any questions. I don't believe I have it down far enough. Imrek, if you don't get critical mass on those positions, you need to be very careful and make sure that Huh? Oh. Oh yeah, I'll show you. It's just a website that has a bunch of information on different tanks. Real world information, not fake stuff. But yeah, if you don't ever get critical mass on those positions, you're probably not going to win. Oh, you want Sand River Blue 7? I can do that one after this. Okay, yeah. If you don't get critical mass on all these maps, then you have to be very careful on how you do this. You yourself as a player have to make sure you trade out very well to make sure you win that flank. That's what's going to help you. Okay, and make sure that your allies are the ones taking shots, not you. Being realistic here. If you want to carry. Okay. What else do we got? Yeah, Sevagorsk. Okay, so you're gonna spawn here. If you're in a high gun depression tank, like if you watch my Stir Email game, excuse me, you put your only goal here, okay, is to be on the backside of this mountain. Make sure you don't get lit. And you're putting effective fire on the guys who peek here, the guys who cross here, and the guys who cross from up here. That's your only job. Okay? You only have one job. Don't mess it up. Okay? If you commit to this spot, that is what you are doing. Okay? Fuck the guys here, fuck the guys over here, let these guys worry about that shit. If you have to crest to get these guys here, you're not doing your job because you are overextending yourself by cresting so high that you will be lit. People will know you're there and they'll stop poking here. Okay? Don't do that. Don't do that. If you decide you don't want to go here, because going past this spot is a death trap. Do not push here. Don't ever push here. Ever, 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 ever. Don't ever push here, ever. Until this side of the map is completely dead. Don't ever push. Don't ever, ever push. The middle of the map here is dead, like there be dragons. Basically, from this box, as I'm drawing it here, there be fucking dragons. Stay away from that. All of this shit here, stay away from it. Seriously. RB Dragons. Don't go there. If you're going to push up this way, don't go on the inside line. Don't take this inside line here, because you will be spotted from here. The guys over here, and they will get you killed. Do not climb this inside line. Ignore it. Okay? Don't do it. If you're going to take this line, you're going to push up this way, get critical mass from your allies in a nice high armored tank, roll this part here, and run into these guys hard. Kick them off this hill. Once they're all dead, you run down this way. You stop here, get lights, shoot across from here. Make sure you kill these guys. The TD's back here on this line. Get in down here, already safe, okay, and push in this way, just like that. Okay, you're not gonna sit up here and try and reverse snipe this way. That'll get you killed. You're not gonna come up here and snipe this way. That'll get you killed. You're not gonna come down this way. That'll get you killed. You're not gonna cross these bridges. That will get you killed. You're not gonna cross this bridge because that will get you killed. Fuck this trench, because that will get you killed. You're not going to do anything in the middle here. Nothing. Outside, outside. If you spawn on this side, you run up this way, you get shots this way, because the only goal you have here is to shoot here. These two positions here, you should almost be ignoring each other here, because you're not supposed to be shooting each other. You're supposed to be shooting this hill up here. That's all you're doing. That is all you're doing. Okay? That is it. That is it. That is it. That is it. That's all you're doing from this side. If you're on this side, you're fighting from here. Get around this little donut here. Push down in this spot. Fight. Make sure that when you commit here, there's nothing else around here. So you don't want to just come derping around this corner and into whatever the hell might be here. So you want to spot. Make sure that people know you're here. Have allies behind you. Run down to these guys' faces and start fighting some stuff. You know, but as you do, get around here because this spot will be safe. You'll be able to keep Civ off your ass because you'll have allies behind you, and you'll be able to slowly work the stuff around, get into their cap them out, and there'll be probably TDs already up here, TDs and RDs up here, and be cognizant of that and work them down. That's it. That's Civigorsk in a nutshell. Basically, degenerate sniping here, degenerate sniping here. Fuck the middle. There be dragons. Push here. Push here. That's it. That is it. These maps are really easy, guys. It's when people start doing wazoo type stuff that pulls you out of your element, and you start spinning your head, and you don't know what's going on. You don't have your head on a swivel. You start dying, start taking hits, and then you die. Like, these maps are really easy, and people make them harder than they should actually be. What was the next map? Redshire. Redshire. Okay. Redshire. Redshire, as I've been learning, even though I hate this map with a passion because of the Camp Fest it divulges into, now that I've learned specifically what you have to do to win, it's becoming 1,000 times easier. Okay. I'll lay this knowledge on you guys. If you spawn in B, and you are a medium tank or a fast heavy tank, or a tank with good gun depression, those three things count. Either fast heavy tank, a medium tank, with good turret armor, or a tank with gun depression. Okay, any of those things apply. If I catch you sniping up here, I will light you on fire. I will burn your soul. Don't do this. You are going to come around here. You're going to run down this gambit real quick. You're going to get to the K line. You're going to get to right here. And you're going to push these guys off this spot. All your only goal here is to light for these guys here. We're going to snipe these guys out for you. If you have to extend yourself a little bit to get these guys off this spot and push them back, do it. Get into the next spot. Your only goal here is to to doop-de-doop, 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 get into the base. It's Humpty Dump, base. Right? So that's all you have to do. Wave, base. So these guys here will keep you safe from the guys here as long as you keep them lit. Okay? If you're already paying attention, the only thing he'll be shooting at is right here. If they're paying attention, the only thing they'll be shooting at is you right here. This part of the map up here is Darby Dragons. Don't go there anymore. Before it was relevant because there was so much arty. Okay? So the only way to really win it, because they had 7 arty, and in an arty driven map, which this is, if you don't kill the arty in the first 3 minutes of the game, they're gonna wear down these guys here as soon as they get lit once or twice. Like, you're gonna have 4 arty shells right to these guys, and they're gonna die. So that was the issue with this whole that was this whole strat before. Okay, that strat does not work because they've changed the hillside, and TDs will camp up there and get you lit and get you killed. Don't do it. Do it, because the guys here can fire that way and get you killed. That's from this side. That's the only thing you're doing. Like, you're putting defenders here, maybe put 1 or 2 guys over this way to stop them from rushing up this way on you, and that's it. Most of your guys will be here, and you have a couple guys up here, and like 1 or 2 guys there. That's it. That's all you're doing. You're rushing the K line, you're getting into their base, getting these buildings here, and you're gonna fucking fight them, beat them off, and get in their cap. Bam. Done. That's it. It sounds easy, because it is easy. That's all you have to do. If you tell your team, hey, snipe for me here, I'm going here. If they do it for you, they do it correctly, you will win every single time. If you were on the A side, going full derp this way is a bad idea. Okay, you can send a light tank up this way. This used to be the good passive spot to light this stuff. It doesn't really work so much anymore because there's a much better way of doing things now. There's not as much arty. So you don't have to worry about it as much anymore. They also changed it because people were abusing it too much. So they changed the way it is a little bit. But, hold on. Okay. From here, basically, 5:30. Let me jump on the other team's pick real fast, guys. Right back. Yeah, I know it. Oh, shit, I didn't mean to close that. God damn it. Steel Horse, Seth. No. Okay. Means in clock. Okay. All right. I want to say. All right. Okay. So back to this side. If you are on the A side, okay, it's the same thing, except the only thing you have to worry about here, if you are a medium tank, you don't need. Oh, okay. Right here, okay. If you're a medium tank, you're gonna go to this spot right here. You're gonna be very cognizant that you don't put your turret up over this spot, or you will be lit and hit by the dearth of TDs that will be camping here, because camping degenerate scrubs will be here waiting to shoot you. You're not gonna do that. You're gonna sit here, and the only thing you're doing is waiting for your allies to push this K line and keep them off this. So you're gonna get to right in here and sit there, right, waiting for these guys to get here. And you're going to push these guys off of this spot. Because if you're on the red line, they can't hit you. They're just... Because think of it this way. If you guys didn't know this, each individual square usually is 100 meters. So 100, 1, 2, 3, 4. This is usually the max right here. So they have to creep up to this line here to catch you there. On that part right there. If you ride that red line up into this fight right here, they will not have shots on you. They'll see you, they'll know you're there, but they won't have shots on you. Unless they come into you. which this guy here should be spotting these guys for you here, which means in turn you can return fire here, and you should have a TD in this area putting fire on them there. Okay, is this making sense to you guys? So, you're going to pull up, you're fast medium, you're going to race your ass down here, get here, wait for your heavy tanks, get into this spot, push in hard, get to these rocks, work this line here, and once you have won the K line, you can now start pulling guys off of it, come back around, go all the way back around, nice and safe, come back around, and start putting guys here. You're going to put about 4 or 5 guys into this bowl, start rushing it, start pushing these guys off this hill. You'll be safe from these guys here because your guys should be pushing into this line, and you'll have up to the F line on this hill. Once you start getting into that, like that area there, you're now dominating map control. And unless these guys are pushing it on this side hard and are about to run you off the map, the only thing you have to worry about is controlling yourself right in this area here and not taking too much damage. Keep, good damage control. Damage out, all damage out, no damage in. All debit, no credit. Okay? That's the goal. Kick their ass, push them off this cliff, and then you guys need to keep lighting the things up here. If you're in that medium tank up here, you need to keep lighting things or your guys down here will die. Keep lighting them, push them all the way off, and then eventually at some point, once they're focused on you here, if you guys are in a platoon and you see that you've got this in hand, break a guy off, go for Artie. So he's not still shelling you guys. Then, if it looks bad, and it looks like you guys are turning the clock on each other, so, say, for example, they pushed hard here, and they're breaking into your base, and you're pushing in their base because you turn the clock here. If you have to do that, double back around, come back through this way, and hopefully these guys are still alive here, you can snipe from here into your own base. Okay? Easy stuff. Really easy. Once you understand how the map flow works, these maps become so easy to play. And that's why Unicoms are always like, this shit's really easy because I can do this, I can do that. There's so many options, Stuff gets really, 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 really easy. Okay? Hubby tactics that don't work. I read it. Token. I read it. Okay, so are you asking me to explain what you shouldn't do? Hey, Hibachi. Cool. Okay. Anything else? Yeah, I'll highlight it as well. Actually, as a matter of fact, I'll highlight it right now. Let me stop the stream real quick, and then I will come right back. Don't go anywhere.